You picked the Spurs. That's the easy choice.
Yeah.
So essentially you're saying the series is over. Had you had the Spurs prior to last night?
Prior to game one, I had the Spurs all the way.
Good for you.
Me and Akeem Talib, we actually had a fair little wager, little locker room talk. And he's a big Heat guy, and I'm a big LeBron fan. I think LeBron is the greatest player in the world, but I had to go with the Spurs. From a depth standpoint, the Spurs from 1 to 10 are way better than the Miami Heat to me. And then not only that, just watching the playoffs from a fundamentally sound team, you know, you can't pick a better team. And, you know, the ball movement, like you said. And I remember playing AAU basketball, and my team was kind of the, athletic guys, street ball, we'll beat street ball type teams, but every time we faced a team that was a fundamentally sound team, they'll beat us. They shoot our lights out. They're at their spots. They set up an offense and things of that sort, so I had to go with the Spurs. I'm kind of like Stephen A. Last year, Stephen A., he wanted to go with the Heat, but he was like, from an analytical standpoint, I'm going to follow, my mind instead of my heart. So this year, I went with the Spurs.
I followed my heart this year. but I looked at them yesterday, and like I said, it's not an excuse. It's just a point of fact to watch them and to look at them look gassed so early. You watched the game last night. Did you not see what I saw, a Miami Heat team that looked tired?
You know what? Last night I was actually in Denver. I didn't get an opportunity to even watch the game because I was on the plane. Okay. But I remember talking to Akeem in the locker room, and I told him, when those guys in game 3, they're out there trying to come back, they're playing extra minutes, I said, look, they might just lose 2 games in a row at home because they're going to be winded. And obviously, when I got off the plane, I checked my phone, and I was excited because, like I said, I got that little wager with it. And, I didn't expect, I expected the Spurs to win the series, but, of course, I didn't expect it to be this bad. Right. I don't think no one could have predicted that they would have beat the Miami Heat.
To me, that's what Skip would all be. The only reason Skip is acting this way is because it's his Spurs, and the slightest little thing gets him rattled. There's the same guy that threw something at his TV, almost broke it because they messed up his column in a regular season game.
I remember that.
Okay,
You're very
I'm sitting there going like this.
If
it were anybody else, you would pay attention to this factor, but you don't want to give it up because you know that this you don't want anything to interrupt what's going on right now. But the Spurs. It's not just, of course, Greg Popovich looks brilliant. There's no question. And, of course, the team, they're the better team. But you look at them, and who would have thought in their wildest dreams that you'd see a Miami Heat team incapable of defending somebody and looking tired at the same time?
Did Thiago Splitter dunk last night?
Thiago
Splitter dunk.
What about that?
The video? Do we have the video?
It came to that. Thiago dunked.
Skip.
It came to that.
Skip, I'm not so sure the water boy didn't get a dunk. I really am not so sure. That's how bad it was.
Okay, before I get to what I'm going to take issue with both of you on, can I give a quick shout out to my favorite San Antonio Spur? Patty Mills.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Patty Mills. Listen, all the big shots last night, and I think you'll admit this, the will breakers, the momentum breakers were made by Patty Mills. Burying those corner threes. Thank you, Patty. Because a couple of times...
By the way, wide open corner threes.
Okay, but you got to make them.
I know.
When it counts.
I mean, nobody was in the vicinity.
Okay, let's take the gloves off. Now, you have admitted you're a LeBron fan.
Okay.
And I have let you, to this moment in this show, get away with saying that the Heat were so exhausted in the second quarter, they couldn't get up to court.
Okay.
Baloney. I'm not giving you that excuse.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith, it was Game 4 in Miami of the NBA Finals, and you're telling me a team in the second quarter with the world's greatest, most fittest athlete is gassed? I am not going to let you get away with that. I'm sorry. They weren't gassed.
Let me ask you a question.
Sorry.
Anybody that was there knows I'm telling the truth.
By
the way, I am not excusing it. I find it inexcusable.
At the end of the day, this whole conversation comes to one point. The Spurs are the better team.
Okay.
It comes down to it. They're the best team.
But I recall saying that.
Point blank period.
But I recall saying that.
No one saw this series looking like this. The Heat being beat twice at home. No one would have.
You may have been in the friendly skies, flying from one city to another. All right. You may not have heard. You may not have seen the show. Everybody has acknowledged that the San Antonio Spurs were the better team and the deeper team. What we all felt, however, was that LeBron James being that superstar, the teams were evenly matched enough where you'd get to a game 7, and then that one dude is supposed to be able to take you there.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the team has been blitzed just blitzed since they arrived in South Beach. That's your problem.
All right, quickly, because we got to go. And we didn't ask you anything about football.
That's
Tell us
all right.
about the
That's all
decision
right.
to join the Broncos. Excited?
Yeah,
How'd it go
I'm
down?
super excited. Like I said, I got Peyton Manning as my quarterback. He's the greatest, if not one of the greatest. And I'm excited. I'm ready to take off. I played in June Jones' system at SMU. I played in the passing system. I went out for a lot of yards, so I'm expecting for me to have a great year, and I expect for my team to have a great year.
It is hard to believe that you departed from Mr. Mike Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger, but I understand.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Tomlin is like a father figure to me. I definitely miss those guys over there, but I'm not going to lie, I'm happy to be where I'm at.
Good for you. All
so
right.
you're going to guarantee that Denver wins the AFC?
I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I tell you what, we got a hungry team. We got a really good team.
Yeah.
John Elway has made a lot of transitions and acquisitions in the offseason to bring in some hungry guys, and I'm looking forward to the season.